Hello everyone. Today's topic, the laws of the universe. There are 12 main laws of the universe and there are also derivative laws that stem from them, which we will be able to explore later. The law of divine unity. Everything is one of the single organism. All things, being and events are interconnected. This means even when we think I'm separate, in reality we are part of the whole. The law of vibration. Everything is energy, everything vibrates. Different forms of matter, thoughts, and emotions have a vibrational nature. Practice, raise your vibration through thoughts, emotions, and your environment. The law of attraction, like attracts like. What you focus on manifests. This law is widely popular in self-help and coaching. The law of correspondence. As above, so below. Patterns in the macrocosm and microcosm are similar. This law helps draw analogies between the material and the spiritual. The law of cause and effect. Everything that has a cause. Our actions create consequences. It reminds us of responsibility for our own reality. The law of polarity. Everything has polar opposites, light, dark, good, evil. The essence lies in integration and transformation. The law of rhythm. Everything moves in cycles, rises and falls, inhalation and exhalation seasons. It helps us not resist life cycles, but work with them smoothly. The law of gender. Everything constants masculine and feminine principles, not in a biological but in an energetic sense. It is used as metaphor for balance and creativity. Practical advice how to apply these laws. Be aware that you are not an isolated I, but part of the greater whole, love of unity. Observe your thoughts and emotions, love of vibration, what you hold in your mind and heart most often is what you manifest. Acknowledge that universe principle operate in your life as well. For example, a lot of inner conflict may signal the law of polarity. Practice conscious action with understanding. What you project into the world reflects your inner state, love or correspondence. Work with life's cyclic nature. Accept that ups and downs are not fearless, but a natural rhythm, law of rhythm. Seek balance between action and acceptance, between choosing and allowing, acting in alignment with the law, not through force. The law of divine unity. The law of divine unity is one of the foundational principles in esoteric and spiritual teachings. It states everything in the universe is one whole. All beings, events, thoughts, energies, and phenomena are interconnected on a deep level. What you do, think, or feel affects everything else in the universe, and at the same time, everything else affects you. The essence of the law, unity of origin. Everything created comes from a single source, the divine mind, the absolute, the one. Absence of the true separation. The separation we perceive between people, objects, self, and others is an illusion created by perception. Interconnection. Every action, thought, and emotion creates an energetic wave that resonated with everything else. Divine presence in everything. God consensus or the absolute is present in every particle of creation. How this manifests on different levels. Level explanation. Physical. Every particle of matter is connected to another through energy. Even physics confirms quantum unity energy fields. Emotional. Human emotions thoughts, and words influence the collective field of consciousness. You are not just one person, you are part of the humanity's energetic field, spiritual. Every soul is a spark of the divine. Through love, compassion, and awareness of unity, we return to the primordial source. Examples in spiritual teachings: Hermetism, as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything reflects everything else. Buddhism, dependent origination. Nothing exists on its own. Christianity, mystical interpretation. In Him we live and move and have our being. Indian philosophy, Tat Tvam Asi, you are that, meaning you are part of the divine wall. Practical application, mindfulness in thoughts and actions, understanding that every action you take has consequences not only for you but for the world. Compassion and forgiveness. You cannot truly harm another without harming yourself, because you are one. Meditation on unity, focusing on the felt sense of oneness with all living things, nature, people, the cosmos. Releasing judgment. When you understand that the other is an expression of the same source, judgment dissolves. Energetic balance. By helping others, you strengthen your own energetic field. In simple words, the law of divine unity says you are a wave of the ocean, but not separate from it. Everything you do as a wave echoes through the entire ocean. The three laws, divine unity, vibration, and attraction, are often considered the core laws in the esoteric system. They can be seen as three levels of a single process of reality creation. The law of divine unity. All is one. Essence. Everything originates from a single source. We are not separate beings, but parts of one consciousness, one unified energy field. Key idea. There are no others, only different expressions of the same divine influence. You are connected to everything that exists. Every thought, feeling, and action you have changed the field of the universe. When you heal yourself, you also heal the collective consciousness. Purpose: to realize unity in order to act from love and compassion. The law of vibration. Everything moves, everything is energy, essence. Everything in the universe has a vibrational frequency, from a stone to a thought. There is no true matter, only different levels of energetic oscillation. Key idea: what we call matter is energy slowed down to the point of visibility. A quote attributed to Einstein in a spiritual sense. Influence: every emotion has its own frequency. Love is high, fear is low. You are constantly vibrating at a certain frequency, and it determines what you attract. The world responds not to your words, but to your inner frequency. Purpose: to raise your vibration through love, gratitude, and harmony. The law of attraction. Like attracts like. Essence: you attract into your life what corresponds to your vibration and state of consequences. If you vibrate in lack, you'll experience lack. If you vibrate in gratitude, you receive more to be grateful for. Key idea: what your mind focuses on expands. Influence: by consciously shaping your thoughts, feelings, and intentions, you shape your reality. Your life is a mirror of your inner vibrations. The law does not punish or reward, it simply reflects. Purpose: to learn how to direct consciences in order to create the desired reality. How the laws interact. Law: what happens? Divine unity. Everything is one energetic field, and you are part of the world. Vibration: Each part of this field vibrates at a certain frequency. Thoughts, emotions, actions. Attraction. Similar frequencies interact. You attract what matches your own vibration. In simple words, unity is the field. Vibration is the language of the field. Attraction is the result of that language in action. A life example. Imagine that you are a musical instrument in the great orchestra of the universe. Love of unity. The orchestra is one wall. You cannot sound entirely on your own. Law of vibration. Each instrument has its own frequency, its own note. Law of attraction. If you are tuned harmoniously, your note blends with others and creates a melody. If you are out of tune, dissonance arises until harmony is restored. Now we move from the inner laws of consciousness, unity, vibration, attraction, to the laws of manifestation, those that show how the invisible becomes visible in physical reality. The law of action. Intention without action is only a dream. Action without inspiration is only mechanics. Essence. The law of action states that for your thoughts, desires, and energies of materialize, you must act in alignment with them. Spiritual energy requires movement in the world of form. Deeper understanding. This is continuing of the law of attraction. Attraction creates the opportunity, but action is what opens the door. It is important not just to do something, but to act with inspiration. That is, with a sense of inner alignment without forcing yourself. Such actions often feel light, yet they bring profound changes. Practice, meditate, or pray to sense the right moment of action. Do not force, allow inspiration to guide you. Acknowledge that even a small step can shift great energies. The law of cause and effect. What you sow is what you reap. Essence. Every action, thought, or emotion creates a wave of energy that returns to you. This law is universal and unavoidable. Everything has consequences, visible or invisible. Deeper understanding. In spiritual teachings, this is the karmic principle. It is not punishment, but a way of maintaining harmony in the universe. The law operates on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Practice. Before every action, ask yourself, what kind of wave am I setting in motion? Is something unpleasant returns? Do not punish yourself. Learn to see the cause you created. Responsibility is power because it gives you the ability to change outcomes by changing the cause. The law of compensation. The universe always balanced the scales. Essence. This law contains the law of cause and effect, but relates to reward and recompense. You receive exactly what you give in energy, love, effort, or intention. Deeper understanding. It is spiritual equivalent of the financial principle of energy exchange. When you serve others sincerely and without expectation, the universe responds with abundance, not only material. When you block the flow, energy stagnates until balance is restored. Practice. Give sincerely without expecting a reward. Receive without guilt, because receiving sustains the flow. If you feel like, look at where you are not allowing energy to flow freely: money, emotions, attention. How this continues the previous law. Level law function. Divine unity. Everything is interconnected. Your action affects the world. Vibration. You create an energy wave thought through your through your thoughts and feelings. Attraction. Similar vibrations respond to each other. Action. Your energy manifests in the world of form, cause, and effect. Every action creates a response. The cycle completes. Compensation. The universe restores balance through corresponding results. In simple words, the law of unity creates the field. The law of vibration gives it movement. The law of attraction shapes possibility. The law of action activates the flow of energy. The law of cause and effect closes the loop. The law of compensation keeps it in balance. We now continue this description, the 12 core spiritual laws of the universe. Now, the law of relativity. Nothing has absolute meaning. Everything is understood through comparison. Essence. This law states that everything simply is. It is the mind that assigns meaning, good, bad, easy, hard. What appears as a problem is merely of lesson helping you recognize your own light through contrast. Deeper understanding. Every experience is neutral until you give it a value. What is difficult for one person may be easy for another. Challenges do not punish you, they calibrate your consciousness. Practice. In difficult moments, ask, what does this experience show me about myself? Stop comparing yourself to others. Your path is unique. Look for the lesson in every situation. This is not a problem, this is practice in self-love. The law of polarity. Everything has its opposite, and opposites are part of one whole essence. The world is built on pairs, light, dark, cold, heat, joy, sorrow. Opposites are not enemies, but poles of the same energy. Without darkness, light cannot be known. Without chaos, harmony cannot be recognized. Deeper understanding. This law teaches acceptance of both sides of reality. Opposites exist to help us harmonize extremes within ourselves. From from the perspective of spirit, evil is simply energy that has lost awareness. Practice. Do not fear your shadow sides. They show what needs healing. Seek balance, not extremes. Accept light and shadow as allies and adversaries. The law of rhythm. Everything in the universe moves in cycle. Inhalation and exhalation, day and night, activity and rest. The law of gender. Everything contains masculine and feminine principles. Creation requires both. Essence. This law is not about biological sex but about energetic principles. Masculine, solar, activity, logic, action, direction. Feminine, lunar, receptivity, intuition, creativity, silence. The balance of these two forces within you creates a harmonious flow of creation. Deeper understanding. Every person carries both energies. An imbalance in either direction. Exercise, action of exercise positivity. Spiritual growth is the union of intuition and intellect. Practice. If you feel chaos, and add structure. If you feel exhausted, allow yourself receptivity and stillness. Feminine principle. Creativity arises when both energies dance together. Thank you all and goodbye.